Never take the easy way out. You can't.
Dan,
Just can't do it.
can you beatbox?
I can beatbox.
Oops.
Effectively?
See what you got. See what you got.
You're putting me on the spot now.
This might get cut. It might not get cut.
I haven't practiced lately.
We'll see what you got.
Nice rhyme. You got anything, Dan?
Oh, that's hard. That's hard.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm Zamboni, I eat corn cause I'm corny, I ain't no basketball phony. Got a pet pony and it's full of baloney. There's a mouse in the house and it's wearing a blouse. It's under the couch looking for the rat in the trap. That's a rap, rickety rap.
That's a number one single right there.
Beautiful. Great success. High five.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the No Easy Way Out podcast. We are bringing to you today a very special edition of the podcast that we are trying out, and we may bring to you more often, and we are calling it the No Easy Way Out podcast After Hours. Now, I have these guys here on Forced Time After Hours. Guys, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Fantastic.
We got here.
I just want to go to bed, but he just keeping us here at the office. It's like 3 a.m. right now.
Yes. So on the show today, of course, we got Zack, who you can see.
Of course.
But we also have the crew that we're calling them, and that is Dan and Jordan. Hey, guys, how's it going?
Going good.
Going well.
How you feeling? This is Dan's first time on the No Easy Way Out podcast. And he's new to the
Welcome.
He's new to the team. This is a big moment for him because this is a world-renowned podcast. So we're happy to expose him to our audience.
Tens and tens of listeners.
Yes, tens of them. So Dan, welcome to the team, man.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. Good to have you on the podcast. So like I mentioned, we're going to try something a little different. You know, normally our podcast, we bring on a local entrepreneur and we introduce you to them. But this is going to be an opportunity for you to get to know our team a little bit, get to know some of the things we're into and some of the things we're not into. And so we're going to have a couple of different segments on the podcast. The first one, every week, we're going to show you a project that we worked on together as a team. And we're just going to talk a little bit about that project and what went into it. You guys get to see the end product, but there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So we're going to do that. Then each week we are going to rate a product, so something that's new or that's just come out. And each week someone different is going to bring in something, and then we're all going to try it, and we're going to let you know what we think about that product. And then we're going to share with you what's the best thing we've seen or heard lately, whether that be a song, a movie, a TikTok, whatever you'll see. We're going to talk about some good news, current events. You hear a lot of bad news lately, but we're going to bring you some good news. And then we may, if we have time, do a little trivia with one of our guys here. And we're going to end out the show with 2 truths and a lie, where one of us are going to share 3 things about ourselves, and the panel here has to decide which 2 things are true and which thing is a bold-faced lie. So are you guys ready to get right into it here?
Ready.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do, some of you may have seen the video we recently produced for Agnew Sign Company. We had our van wrapped, and we decided to collab, if you will, with Agnew, Mark Agnew and his team. And we produced a video showing kind of the evolution of the wrap and some of the other stuff that they do there. Amazing company. So
Let's get into it.
let's just get right into it.
Never take the easy way out. You can't.
Dan,
Just can't do
can you beatbox?
I can beatbox.
Oops.
Effectively?
See what you got. See what you got.
You're putting me on the spot now.
This might get cut. It might not get cut.
I haven't practiced lately.
We'll see what you got.
Nice rhyme. You got anything, Dan?
Oh, that's hard. That's hard.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm Zamboni, I eat corn cause I'm corny, I ain't no basketball phony. Got a pet pony and it's full of baloney. There's a mouse in the house and it's wearing a blouse. It's under the couch looking for the rat in the trap. That's a rap, rickety rap.
That's a number one single right there.
Beautiful. Great success. High five.
That was
Oh
gold.
my gosh.
That was
The transition
that was
from both you
podcast
guys
gold.
was fantastic.
We practiced.
I don't think so. That was the first
I
time
don't
you ever
think
did
so.
that.
You
Yeah,
just nailed it.
That seemed like you guys were riffing there.
Musical geniuses
So yeah.
with no instruments.
All right, let's get into this Agnew video here. Nice drone shot there. Jordan, you flew that drone around the sign. How was that?
That was fun. Yeah, it was. This was a one take. I did this all just the first time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is it your first time flying indoors?
No, I've flown inside before, but this was definitely kind of tricky. I did a couple practice runs before I went in the building just to kind of map it out because there are power lines and stuff. But it was fun. It was good.
Looked
Turned
like
out
a good
good.
time. There's the
Yep.
van right there, all white before they put the magic touch on it. Little time lapse. We had time lapse of the entire project.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of time lapse footage to look through, but
Dude, when these guys told me, like, you know, everything that goes into a rap, I had no idea. But then watching them do this rap, it's incredible. Those
crazy,
guys
yeah.
are amazing.
they are.
To take a big sticker and then make it fit to the van like that.
I love the use of the speed ramps
I love that shot right
throughout
there.
the whole video, Jordan.
Thanks, man.
And the good music choice.
Yeah, the music's always there.
Oh, there she is. Look at that beauty.
Are you on your phone,
Dude,
Tony?
I feel like the black, yeah, I was probably on my phone. I feel like the black wheels really set it, a whole thing off, man. I think it's the sharpest rap in town.
There's our boy, the trucker.
Yeah.
Dan
Dan
playing,
the band.
My
Hey,
big
good
rig.
boy.
playing the role of the trucker, and he played it well.
He just was a trucker for the day.
Some of the other raps they did. Now, how much footage did we get of this thing, Jordan? You said we had a lot.
A lot. A lot.
And when you say a lot, what do you mean by that?
How many hours of footage, or how much footage did we have to make a 2-minute video?
A Netflix docuseries.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we went back there so many times and just kept shooting the
Yeah.
van while they were rapping it. Like, we have so much footage.
Yeah. We went in there several times while they were wrapping the van throughout the week, and I know I was gone for like a day or two, and so Zach stepped up
Just
and
leave
took a
Zach
whole
there
bunch
with
of
no-
footage. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, I was gone for 2 days. I got to catch up.
There's gonna be
'cause,
no
there's
footage.
going to be no footage, and so I went in there and shot a bunch, and then ultimately we had enough to probably make a 30-minute documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was incredible watching those guys work. I mean, the way that they, like I said, the way they took that, because I've tried to put like stickers on people's cars before on a piece of glass, and I always got like tons of bubbles. They just take a big sticker, they start heating it up, cutting, and it actually looks like it's painted on the vehicle.
Yeah. Very
But,
well done.
Yeah.
Agnew Sign Co.
So you guys get to see a 2-minute video, like a minute and a half video, but that comes from like,
40 hours of footage.
40 hours of work and footage. But we love making videos. This team right here, I will say this, not just because they work for me, but if you need a video in this area or really anywhere, this is one of the most talented teams I've ever seen. These guys are really good at what they do. We have amazing equipment, amazing talent. We'd love to tell your story through the use of a video. And I know Agnew posted that, and it's been getting thousands and thousands of views already. People all over the town say, hey, I saw your video. And our rap, which Agnew did, talented team over there, it's amazing how many people are, hey, I saw your little vehicle driving around town. So I can't hide anymore.
Your little vehicle.
Everybody loves the van.
We were over in Lansing the other day, and one of our clients like saw us and like stuck her head out the window. Was like, "Hey,
Yes.
Daisy," waving at us. So
You can't miss us.
yeah, so get a hold of us if you need a video. If you need signs, lettering, wraps, get a hold of Agnew Sign Company. Those guys are awesome. It was fun working with them. It was a true collab, fun project. So yeah,
They're the real deal.
Yeah, love those guys.
it was
guys.
a good project. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to move on to a segment that we're just going to call Rate That. So next to you guys, under your tables, I have put there a product that I want us all to try.
Are we in the Oprah Winfrey show right now?
Yes. Let's pull it out. Zach, I know you got a Red Bull. Now, anyone who knows me knows I'm a big Mountain Dew guy, and Mountain Dew, but I've been trying not to drink it because it's not good for you. But Mountain Dew came out with this new energy drink called Mountain Dew Rise. It has immune support. I don't know if that's true, and it has mental boost. And so there's a bunch of different flavors. I bought some for the office, and I want to let these guys try it out and let us know what you think. So I have here Tropical Sunrise, which is pineapple with other natural flavors. Zach, what do you got there?
I'm rocking the pomegranate blue burst, which is a blueberry pomegranate flavor with other natural flavors.
All right. Jordan, what you got?
I've got the Orange Breeze because I'm an Orange Breeze.
You are an orange. You are an orange breeze.
A fresh breeze of orange.
I got the strawberry melon spark. And I would like to point out, so Jordan has not had a soda or energy drink in probably 15 years.
Yeah, I stopped drinking any sodas in junior high.
Carbonated
actually.
beverages?
Well, no, not really. I mean, like I'll have a Verner's if my stomach's upset or something.
That's
But
a cheater.
Living
What
on
made
the
you
edge.
stop in junior high?
I just didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I just
So what you're telling us is that, they say your taste buds change every 3 to 5 years. So what could happen right now?
It's the best thing you've ever drank.
You might drink this and like go
I'm back,
on
baby. I'm back.
It might send you on a deep binge back to the soda pop world.
Maybe.
But,
More likely, I'll probably spit it out. But
He's making a sacrifice. That's what I was trying to point out. I will be interested to see what happens, though, because I know even just in the office lately, we'd had the sugar-free Red Bulls. I got used to those. We brought the regular ones back. And then when I went to have the regular one, it was like, oh, my gosh, this is disgusting.
So much
Yeah.
sugar. Yeah.
Well, these have zero sugar. These have zero sugar.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. 0 sugar,
25 calories.
180 milligrams of caffeine. So we're going to be buzzing.
I want to say this too, though. Yeah, it says enough of 2 cups of coffee or equal to 2 cups of coffee. But
be shaking.
our friend Pastor Jason got us on these Jocko juice. What are they called? Cognitive multiplier.
Something like that,
We
yeah.
ordered a bunch of them, and nobody really liked them.
They worked good, but they're just...
So this is
the
supposed to
taste
do
is
the
just
same
not
thing. This is
there.
supposed to boost us mentally. So if we drink these now, like the rest of this podcast is going to be amazing. So
All right.
let's
Cheers.
everybody take a chug. Yeah.
One
Cheers.
sip, everybody knows the rules.
Yeah. Ooh, wow.
Very refreshing.
Now I'm going to say I don't like
Sweet.
energy drinks. I don't like Red Bull. I don't like Monster. But this actually tastes good. It doesn't taste like an energy drink to me. It's actually sweet. It's got a little bit of Mountain Dew flavor.
Doesn't taste like cough medicine or
This one
anything.
tastes like it has orange juice, or like orange juice or pineapple juice in it.
Yeah, I like that. You know,
It's got a good flavor.
something I would drink.
The Jocko drinks just didn't have good flavor. They used like monk fruit for the sweetener, and it just wasn't sweet. But these actually taste pretty sweet. So what do you guys think over there?
Jordan?
Jordan.
so
You haven't spit it out yet.
So initially, I had the drink, and I'm like, okay, that's not bad.
right.
I don't like the aftertaste at all.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
aftertaste is like totally fake.
that's the
It's
problem
the
with
aspartame or
that's the
something.
problem with a lot
Yeah.
of energy drinks. The
Aspartame,
aftertaste
yeah.
is
But going down, it's okay. It's all right.
All right. Dan's on drink 4 or 5, so I think he's digging it over
This
there.
is almost gone.
It reminds me, have you guys ever had the Bang energy drink?
I have not. I've heard of it, but I haven't.
Yeah.
It's like, it reminds me a lot of that.
Really?
It's like more natural flavor. But I'm with you. The aftertaste.
So yeah, I'm a fan.
Okay, so Zach,
I'm
scale
gonna
of 1
give
to
it.
10.
I'm gonna give it a 7.3. It's not bad. It's not great. It's right in the
Is there
somewhere in the good range.
Just so we know your scale, is there an energy drink that you would rate higher than that?
Jocko was probably a. See, I didn't mind Jocko. I thought it was like a 6,
A 6. So this is
6,
better
5
than
maybe.
that, but
The taste wasn't there, like you said, but the effects was great.
yeah, it
Like
did.
you really focused.
You did
and-
notice the mental
yeah,
focus.
for sure.
Well, how would you rate it like compared to Red Bull? Because you're a Red Bull.
Oh,
guy.
I love Red Bull. Sugar-free or sugared. It doesn't really
So
matter.
it's not quite there yet.
I'll drink it both. Not quite as high as Red Bull. I give Red Bull an 8.
You're gonna double fist
Mostly
the
for
rest
the
of the
branding.
podcast.
I just love the branding on Red Bull. It's
Yeah.
very clean.
Okay.
Gives you wings.
It gives you wings, all that good stuff. So yeah.
All right.
What
There
about
you
you,
have
Tony?
it.
What about you?
Oh, I'm going now. I'm gonna say. So let me give an example. So the Jocko, I'd give like a 2.3 on flavor. I
That's
did like the effects, but it was hard for me to choke it down. I have a very sweet palate and a sweet disposition, so it was hard for me to choke it down. And I would give Red Bull like a 6.5. I'm just not an energy drink guy. I love Mountain Dew. But because this is sweet, it doesn't have the bad aftertaste I think that Red Bull has. I would actually give this probably like a 8.1.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I would drink this. I
He's
would
a
drink
Mountain
this.
Dew fan, though. Let's just
I'm
let
a
that
Mountain
be
Dew
known.
fanboy. Like literally, I had Mountain Dew.
obsessed.
I had a Mountain Dew fountain at my wedding. So
Churlish.
that's true, and it was flat, of course. But I had it, and instead of champagne on the tables, you saw these like bottles of Mountain Dew. So that's kind of where I roll. So I would give this like an 8.1. I would drink this.
Well done. Dan the man.
All right, Dan the man, let's hear it.
Oh, it's a tough one. I think I'm just gonna go with an even 7.
Even 7. Okay, 7's the number of perfection, though. So,
It's
That's
the Lo-
also a rookie score.
but in this
though.
scale, 10 is
It's also a rookie score.
it's a rookie score.
7 is the Lord's number, but not in this
yes,
case.
yes.
I don't have a scale.
No
I
scale.
don't know.
No scale.
I mean, like I don't know. I don't drink this type of
So
drink
okay,
ever.
so instead of rating it as an energy drink, in terms of
Rate it as a drink.
beverages,
Yeah.
oh, 2.
a 2. Yeah.
He didn't even think. He didn't have to think about it.
Oh, well, in that case, we're.
So the takeaway, if you don't like pop or soda, wherever you're from, whatever you call it, you're not gonna like this. If you like energy drinks, it's up there, but it's not Red Bull. Red Bull seems to be the gold standard. Anybody drink Monster?
No.
Okay, so I don't know about Monster, but Red Bull seems to be the gold standard. So it's
Yeah.
close to Red Bull, but it's not quite there. If you don't like energy drinks at all, I say this is a great alternative. Tastes good.
Absolutely.
It's sweet. It's delicious.
It does actually taste like a Mountain Dew flavor.
Yeah.
So I think it's faithful to the name.
Faithful.
I remember when. Any of you guys? Zach's a little young, but I say, do you remember when Pepsi Blue came out?
Of course.
and it was just like, this doesn't taste anything like Pepsi. And I'm pretty sure that's what turned into Mountain Dew Voltage, but it's not one of those stories.
Probably.
This actually tastes like it's within the Mountain Dew palate.
A little Mountain Dew history there for all you people out there.
I like it. I say go get you some right now. Try it. Be the judge yourself. Send us a message. Send us a DM, a PM, an email. Let us know what you think. But Mountain Dew, go ahead and send us a couple cases for this great endorsement. We love it. We're going to keep it stocked in the fridge at least for a little while we can get it. So
It also looks like there's like a I don't know, a Digimon or something in the front for any of you nerds out there.
Yeah, a Digimon, an Iron Mountain,
I don't know
an Iron Lion. So
Very nice.
All right. So let's that's our thoughts. Give it a try. Let us know what you think. All right. So now we are going to move on to the segment where we're just going to talk about what's the best thing you've heard or seen lately. So we are going to start with we'll start over on that side of the table. We're going to start with Dan.
All right.
We'll come around to here. And tell us what is whether it's a song, whether it's a video, whether it's a series, TV show, a book. Yeah, we could say read.
I've never read.
We know Zach's never going to end up on what's the best thing you've read lately. But
Lately, I won't.
Yes. So Dan, what do you think? What's the best thing you've seen or watched or heard lately?
So one thing that's been a surprise for me lately is I've been enjoying American Idol.
Really?
I've never been someone to watch those kind of TV shows.
I'm shocked. I was not either.
I'm full of surprises today.
Yeah.
I usually don't like those shows because I just think they're really corny. Yeah. And like you don't get people that are at the caliber being like they're a pretty face and maybe they've got a good voice or maybe they don't. But my wife and I stumbled onto it this season after seeing some of the previews. And what's really cool is because of COVID-19, normally they have like these massive auditions where people just converge on like Chicago or LA or something. So this year, all the auditions, like the preliminary auditions, because they audition twice before they ever actually get before the judges. They did
Interesting.
Yeah.
You would know more than me.
I learned this
You're
season.
the American Idol guy.
Thank you. I like to think I'm an expert now. So they had people do them from home and submit them that way. And so I think there's a lot of people that, would go, I can't get to LA or I can't get to Chicago that audition. And as a result, like, 2/3 of the people that are in the top 10 right now are legitimate, like bona fide singer-songwriters who are actually producing their own content, have a distinct and unique voice. And so for me as an artist, it's been enjoyable to watch, to just see it's not just the same old garbage, and to actually see like, there's like 16-year-olds out there that are way further along as a songwriter than I am after being at it for 15 years or something. So.
Nice.
But let's be honest, you're planning on submitting for next season, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm past the cutoff. The cutoff is 28 now. I'm 29.
Oh, you're past the
really?
cutoff.
They have
I
a
missed my
cutoff?
window.
They have an age limit?
They do.
I didn't know that either.
Segregation.
Wow. Well, I think let's not forget that American Idol's greatest contribution to society is Carrie Underwood. So let's have a moment of silence.
No,
for Carrie,
I can get on that truck.
Yes, yeah, Carrie Underwood.
Well, they also produced what's her name?
Chris Daughtry.
Chris
real?
Daughtry. Yep, he's from American Idol.
He's fantastic.
Lauren
No, what's her
Daigle.
name?
Lauren Daigle.
Is she from American Idol?
Kelly
Really?
Clarkson. I'm thinking.
I didn't know
Kelly
Lauren
Clarkson
Daigle.
is from
She's
American
huge,
Idol.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like The Voice has never really put out a famous person, but American Idol seems to put out continue. You don't even remember any of
But
them.
it's probably making a lot of money.
Yes,
Is that guy?
Yeah, that
No.
was American Idol too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like the Korean guy
what
or
was
something.
his name? Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that was like he went viral for a while,
So
Yeah.
just for being an iconically bad artist.
So my point is, if you're a musical person who's always been like just annoyed by American Idol, I would say give it a shot this season. I think that like I'm actually like
If you're a purist,
yes, I've actually gone to like Apple Music and started finding some of the music that the people had released before the show.
that's
And I'm
cool.
like, it's really good. So
Nice.
so Dan may be faking his age soon, and we may see him on American Idol season 74.
my beatboxing.
Yes. All right, Jordan, what is the greatest thing you've seen, watched, or heard lately?
So the TV series The Chosen, which you have to get through a kind of a back door because it's not like on Netflix or anything. You have to download an app.
What's the app?
It's the Chosen app.
Oh,
and then you streamcast it to your TV.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. It's basically, it shows the disciples and the life of Christ in a different perspective, and it's really, really well done. So
Now, I have heard multiple people like that I know are not like big, TV people have said that's a really, really good show. Really well done, well produced. The acting is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I second that. It's a great show.
Yeah, like Zach is not the type of person I would think would watch that, just because it doesn't seem like it's his style. But he
That's fantastic,
even
though.
spoke well of it. So, so basically, you have to download the Chosen app,
right.
and then you can stream it to any device that you have or whatever.
It's
Yeah,
free to
like-
watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's free to watch. You can put it up on your smart TV. Sammy, my wife and I were just hooked. Like I'd say give it a couple episodes, like anything, you know.
Yeah.
But then once you see it, you're like, wow, this is a whole new perspective. It's all scriptural, like it's all accurate with the Bible. You know, they do take some liberties just to obviously to build the characters, to fill the episode and everything. But man, it's just really, really well done.
So it's
highly
basically
recommend.
it's about the disciples of Jesus.
Yep.
That time.
Yep.
Okay.
You get to
And
know
how-
the disciples and kind of like what they went
about.
through to come to follow Jesus. So
What are their I forgot what I was going to ask. I was going to ask something about that. Oh, how many seasons are there?
So currently they're on season 2, episode 3, and they're kind of releasing them as they're ready.
So not every week, just as they're ready.
Right. Well, they released 2 last week. So,
Okay. All right.
so, you
So,
know, it's-
and how many episodes are in season 1?
good question.
So if somebody wanted to binge watch, I mean, there's some content there.
10 to
Yeah.
12 or
The
so.
tough thing about
Yeah.
if
Something
you,
like that.
Yeah,
if you go
you're
to
right.
binge watch something and there's only one season, it's like you get all hooked and then you got to wait a year. So
Yeah.
I like to wait till there's like 3 or 4 seasons, but I might check that out. I know me and my family probably would like that.
It's worth it.
So
Yeah,
check out The
it is.
Chosen and American Idol, 2 polar opposites, but both sound like they're going to be good things.
Both fantastic.
So I always see people text, "What's something good to watch?" There you go, Zach. What you got, buddy?
The best thing I've heard recently, the rapper known as NF. He's a tremendous artist from Michigan. He just
he's
released
from the
his
area.
5th studio album. It's actually a mixtape. It's called Clouds. There's 9 new tracks on there, and it's just fantastic. If you like the cello and more cinematic instruments like that, you're gonna love it. And he's a fantastic rapper as well.
All right.
Are we gonna give a little clip of the music right now?
Yeah, let's. We got some outpours. Hey Siri, play
Clouds.
Zach definitely enjoys the
Strings.
He enjoys the strings. If you look in his editing, if he can add strings, he will. But he likes the song that kind of builds, and he likes the different layers of music.
The dynamics.
Yeah.
How would you compare this to Dan and Jordan's little freestyle they did?
It's on par with them.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So what do you like about NF? I know you've talked about him a lot. What do you like about him?
Honestly, I just love the sound of the music, first of all, and also the message. I think, with a lot of rappers, they're saying stuff that's not human-friendly even, And so with him, the message is always there. It's very
Positive.
positive, impactful. He's just a great dude.
All right. So Zach's recommendation is check out NF.
Clouds,
The
the
album is
mixtape.
Clouds, the mixtape.
Check it out.
Is there a favorite track you have on it?
Pretty much all of them.
Okay, pretty much
Not
all
gonna
of them. Okay. All right.
There's a couple that aren't as good, but most of them you're gonna like. Check
All
it
right.
out.
Hey Siri, stop. Thank you.
Perfect.
She's so responsive.
Very
so
responsive.
responsive, right? Well, okay. So the greatest thing that I have heard or seen recently, I'm going to airplay something here to the screen for you guys. This was a TikTok video that I recently saw, and I watched it like 10 times, and I'm probably the only one that thought it was really funny. But I was a huge Oh, hold on.
I saw this.
I was a huge wrestling fan growing up. Me and my dad
Yes.
used to watch WWF and Hulkamaniac, and we watched The Ultimate Warrior and Randy Macho Man Savage. And there's this little kid that's like, he's just a little Hulk Hogan fan. He goes into Hulk Hogan's little shop, and just check this out. This is all impromptu I read.
Now let me tell you something, brother. When you walk in this beat shop, I'm surprised that you still got the shirt on, Jack.
Well, let me tell you something. Hulkster, the first time I met you, I was only 3 years old, but now I'm 6 years old. So now we gotta take it to a bigger level, man. Just like when you press that no good stinking giant over your
Hulk
head.
Hogan's like, all right, this is going way too far at this point.
He's loving it.
Hulkamaniacs. So what are they gonna do when the power of
The
the
ending's
Hulkster and the roaster
best, though.
and the dual 24-inch python from God on you?
And then he rips his shirt. What a little legend.
That
dude.
is a legend right there.
Love it.
I think the Hulk looks a little offended.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
No, dude, that was just amazing just to see that
Yeah, that
kid.
was
Just,
great.
He met his hero, and then he got the chance to just. It seemed like he was just going off,
Yeah,
and he
he
used
was.
some of Hulk's lines, so that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
so,
that was good. That was
The
good.
bad thing about TikTok, there's a lot of content on TikTok that's like, but there's sometimes you're going to come across some
Sometimes you
videos,
hit it,
and you
yeah.
can waste
Yeah.
a lot of time on TikTok.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
cow!
I would also like to point out that my first exposure to Teen Ash was via TikTok.
Which TikTok was that?
The basketball one?
His video?
Yes, it was a weekend song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the dancing.
The dancing.
Winding
the
Lights.
dancing. Okay.
Me and my sons.
You were the lead dancer.
I think we're gonna need to link that in here.
Charles Barkley.
100%.
Should we pull that up here?
Yeah, that should be played for sure.
How am I gonna? I can go to my TikTok and
I
find
saw it and I said, "That's a guy who I want to work for someday."
Yes, I'm surprised because usually, people might have had the opposite reaction.
He begged his kids for months to make this TikTok, and they finally gave in.
The truth is, my kids were talking about this TikTok. Of course, my kids aren't allowed to have social media, so we don't let them have it. But they kept talking about TikTok, and we were in quarantine at this time, and so we were bored. And the kids had showed me some, and I saw dads dancing with their kids, and they were like, "We should do that." And first, I was like apprehensive because I'm not a very good dancer. But I saw this one, I'm like, "Oh, I could do that. I could do that." But this was like a trend, the Blinding Lights Challenge. And so I saw a dad and his two sons do it. So me and my boys, we threw on our NBA jerseys, and we made gold.
Shocked the world.
We shocked the world. This was a side of me people had not seen up to this point. Look at the animation in that face and in my head.
You're having the time of your life.
You look like a seasoned veteran.
Perfectly in
Seasoned
sync.
veteran.
That
Micah
kick.
and Isaiah, however, did not look like seasoned
Nice.
veterans.
No,
I would say you outperformed them.
I outshined them.
You did.
And everybody said the same thing.
I think
Isaiah's like not even moving. I mean,
I think
the left
we-
foot's stagnant.
I think now we have a good idea of what Tony does in the mirror each morning.
Yes.
Now let me just tell you,
You
I
are
don't,
into that.
I,
Tony.
I don't know if I could do that kick anymore. Like I got some air underneath that, but COVID put on I put on the COVID 45.
Blame it on COVID.
And I don't know that I could to pull off that dance or that jump anymore. But maybe we should recreate it on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe
The
not.
Four of us.
Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
I'm down, Tony.
Me and Jordan will do it. Jordan is
He's always
easily-
down for a good time.
Yes. Okay, well that was exciting. That was fun.
Yes.
So yeah, we gave you some good things to go check out. We just filled up your time, so you're welcome.
You're welcome.
And so now we're gonna move into a segment. Right now the world is filled with nothing but bad news. It seems like every time I don't even watch the news anymore. Like I watched the news a lot last year and leading up to the election, and since the election, I'm so burnt out. Like I can't watch news media. I mean, you have the president not the president, but the director of CNN caught on tape saying, "If it bleeds, it leads." We're gonna push bad news. We're gonna push scary. We're gonna push fear. Bill Maher, who's like a liberal, even called it. They're selling you panic porn, and so it's just like people are just. I think I'm burnt out on it. So we wanted to take a segment where we just share some good news, something good that happened, something exciting, something that's fun, something we're looking forward to. So mine is less news related, but something I'm very excited about. I'll just start this one off. But I found out last night that Apple, which I'm a little bit of an Apple fanboy, come out with a new iMac. And it's available in 7 colors.
It looks so slick.
It looks pretty sweet. The whole computer is like that thin. And it's got the new M1 chip, which is Apple's new processor that's supposed to be super fast. I know a couple people that got the MacBook with the M1 chip. They said it's super fast. So I'm looking forward to it. It's coming out April 30th for pre-order and then available mid-May to be delivered. So I think I'm going to order myself one. We're going to try it out. And we may have to upgrade the computers around here, guys.
Nice.
We just may have to do it.
May
So
have to.
All right.
we'll have to see. We'll have to get our eBay specialist on offloading the old ones before we upgrade. But so yeah, that's some good news. Apple's coming out with a new computer. They're also coming out with a new iPad, and they also have these things called Apple tags. You can buy them. They're $29 a piece. You can stick them to anything, and then you can, from your phone or any device, it'll give you turn-by-turn, step-by-step directions to where that thing is. So
Really?
like, if you had keys and you lost your keys, Apple will actually, you can pull it up on your phone, and it will give you, like, if it's in the middle of somebody's yard, it's so precise, it'll give you directions right to where it's laying. Not even just to an address, but it's laying right here.
It's like GPS or something?
I
or-
guess on
Huh,
steroids,
wow.
but then
next level.
And they're
That's
only
nice.
$29 a piece, which I'm
incredible.
thinking like usually if it has an Apple logo on it, it's going to be $100 or more. But
Yeah.
so you can get a 4-pack for $99, and I lose my keys all the time. We lose remotes all the time, so I think we're going to invest in the Apple Tag. I think it's called.
I wonder if you can make it like ring or anything like that. Do you know?
Maybe. I think you can actually.
Oh,
we
sweet.
bought those little tiles.
Yeah.
And
Those are
those-
lifesavers.
Those are like 4. Those were a pack of 4 as well for like $50, and they have a very limited battery life.
Yep.
They die, and they weren't accurate. Like they would give you a little beep, or they would tell you kind of where they were, but just like a general, like you left them at the church. Well, the church is a big building, so these are supposed to more specifically narrow in on where specifically you left them. So
Awesome.
Futuristic. Very nice.
yeah,
Very cool.
All right, Zach, what's some good news, man?
Good news. Mine's a little bit selfish. It's just about me.
Oh, good.
So
We all want to know what's going on in your life that's good.
So I live in the upstairs apartment of a duplex, and the people that were living there were selling the house, and so I had to get a new place. And so that was a little bit stressful for a while. I was looking at houses and thinking I might have to rent a new place or something like that. And then the people who actually want to buy the house, they want me to stay.
Oh, wow.
So at the same rent that I was paying before, and it's a no contract deal. So
No adjustment.
I was like, yeah, this is great. I mean, it just extends my time, to where I have to find something else. So yeah, that's
incredible.
That was some good news.
I mean, we thought you were going to have to move out of your comfort zone and grow.
Yes.
But, the good
But now I
news
can
is
just
you
stay
can
there.
Just stay in your comfort zone.
Now you can stay there and pay their mortgage at the same time.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, you have a nice little
Beautiful.
place there. So plus,
very nice.
Plus the former owners did like some work to it and kind of
Yeah, they
decorated for you. So
spiced it all up. Yeah.
there you go. Good news.
If you want to move into my garage and pay me rent,
And that's good news. All right, Jordan, what you got, buddy? Give us some good news.
Yeah, so my wife owns a horse farm,
And
we are expecting 2 baby horses here this month.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
horses.
Horses.
Horse eye.
Baby horse eye. Yeah,
Horsin?
is that the plural?
Horsin.
Horsies.
Baby horsin.
Horsies. I like that.
Yep. No, so that's exciting. And they are completely like, Sammy has a stallion, her own stallion that she's kind of getting going and everything. So
Well,
this is a good
She
opportunity.
also has
to,
Jordan.
The
as a
stallion.
stallion.
I mean, that's what I was talking
I
about.
thought you were talking about yourself.
Yeah, so this is good at marketing, for her stallion to have a couple, of the first baby horses. So we're really excited about all of that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Excellent. So good news.
Will you
there.
bring him into AZ so we can see him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big are horses when they're born?
They are like,
Yeah.
large dogs,
Yeah,
like
that's
Great Dane.
crazy.
Like a Great Dane style.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean probably even a little bigger. Yeah, but yeah, they come out walking too. I mean like
That's crazy.
up. Yep.
Other than Jordan, has anyone ever ridden a horse before?
I've gotten on one and I hated it and I got off. So
I rode a horse one time. In high school, I had this girl that I was kind of trying to impress her. She liked horseback riding. So I coordinated with some people in our church who own a horse farm, and I said we could come out and ride the horses. So I went out, and they, what kind of saddle do you want? The Western saddle or there's 2 kinds, I don't remember.
Eastern side.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Western or the Eastern? So I was like,
English.
give me the English. That's
Yep.
what it was. Give me the most comfortable one. And let me just say, like, from the moment I got on it, I was uneasy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking, here's this, like, 1,000-pound
What if it
beast.
just runs and runs and runs
Yeah.
and I'm on it?
Right, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
and it never stops.
this thing is 10 times stronger than me.
Yes.
And if it doesn't want me on it anymore, it's not. I've watched the rodeo.
That too, yeah.
I'm not going to be on it. So, like, why would I put myself in this position? And so the whole time, I did everything but impress the girl because she's just like, posture. And she's bouncing. And I'm like, this horse could sense my fear, I think, because it was
Yeah.
like amplifying it. It was not a good experience. So I don't know that I'll ride a horse again. But
Yeah, they're gentle giants. They're cool creatures.
They probably are.
I'll take
I mean,
your word
like,
for it.
yeah, I know. I mean, like, I don't necessarily enjoy riding that much either, but I do it, because my wife loves it, and it's fun once in a while, not all the
Yes.
time, but
Yes. Well, hey,
you're so domesticated, Jordan.
yes.
I've known this guy since he was 8 years old. He's come a long way.
From skateboards to horseback.
yeah, yeah.
That's what makes him a stallion.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, Dan, give me some good news, baby.
Good
All
news.
right. So I had an actual news article in mind, but then I heard you guys both share personal news. So my question,
selfish, baby.
my question for the group is, would you like the news article, some personal news, or both?
Well, I think we could take both. I mean, we can never have enough good news. I mean, my news was not. Mine was just a little personal too, but it was
It was
actually
kind of lousy.
It was something I was excited about. But
Let's start with the article because we haven't
yeah.
had an article.
yeah.
All
Give
right.
us something relevant and current that's good that's happening in our world.
Yeah, let me pull it up right here.
Brighten our day up, Dan.
So the article reads, New Jersey town raises nearly $2,000 for server after
Oh, I saw
diners leave no tip and a rude note.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, I've got some friends that own a few coffee shops, and they had talked about just how challenging it is. One of them's on a university campus or near a university campus, and they've talked about how, when college students are coming to, to get a coffee, usually they're just going to sit there open-ended for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Which wasn't a huge deal before, but now with everyone having limited capacity, they had to put signs up asking people, hey, can you limit your time to 80 or 90 minutes or something? And so this is a brewery that did that, and they had a sign on the door. It's on their website. It's at the table. So, like, it was very clearly communicated
Right.
that, hey, everyone's limited to this amount of time. So The waitress came and notified them 10 minutes prior to their time being up, like, hey, thanks. It's great great having you guys here. Your time's going to run out in about 10 minutes. And they left no tip on almost a $100 bill.
Yep.
And instead left a note which reads, I'm sorry the server got screwed on this. Don't kick paying customers out after 90 minutes.
Oh, wow.
But what was cool is that the town has kind of like I think it's like a community Facebook page or Facebook group.
Yeah.
And they actually raised money, and then this waitress ended up being given a $2,000 tip.
Yeah.
And the money she's not only keeping for herself, but is actually distributing to other waitresses as well.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Awesome. That's
So
awesome.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
You turned a bad situation into a good situation.
Absolutely.
Not you, Dan, but them.
Dan, you can't take credit for it.
It was all me.
I read the story, so. Well, I think that, that is like, it's so important right now. I was just talking about with somebody how one of the hardest things for me, I don't say one of the hardest things, one of the things I liked least about how COVID has affected society is I felt like customer service was not great and not found in a lot of places before COVID. And I feel like so many businesses have used this opportunity to provide the least level of service, or customers have had the least amount of grace with employees. And, I think everybody's on edge, but to hear a community coming together to right that wrong and to see that happen, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
There is good in humanity. We just don't hear about it on the news. So that's what we're going to share with you. And we'll do better like Dan next week. We all kind of were selfish.
Yeah, that was sharp, Dan. That was sharp.
Dan, good job.
Thank you.
Next week we'll bring it.
Yeah.
And what's your personal news?
Yeah.
So the personal news is about 6 months ago.
Got a job at AZ.
Yes, that is my good news. That's part number 3 now. My wife and I moved back to Michigan 6 months ago. I've been in pastoral ministry for about 7 years. And we moved back to plant a church right here in downtown Owasso. And just started meeting in homes, and very quickly, just kind of word of mouth, started running out of space in a home. Like when you've got 30 people and kids in a house, it's like, this is a lot. And so this Sunday is actually going to be our first gathering meeting in the city. So our friends at Aviator Jane have been kind enough to let us rent their loft. And so
nice.
starting this Sunday, we're going to be using their loft for the next couple of months until we figure out where we want to permanently land. So it's just exciting to see things happening.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So tune in every couple of weeks. We're going to do this podcast every couple of weeks. If you need to hear something good, we'll share lots of good stuff with you. So, all right. Well, as we were talking about how we were going to do this podcast and what we were going to do and what are the different things, we just wanted to show a little bit lighter side of our team and what we do here. We want to have the opportunity to talk about some of the projects we're working on and share some things with you and let you get to know us a little bit, as we're certain that if you're a business owner here in our community, especially, you're going to be working with us at some point, because our job is to help you grow your brand from A to Z. But one of the things we all enjoy is trivia. So each week we're going to pick a different person from the show, from the panel here, the dais, if you will, to answer 10 trivia questions. We agreed that if they get 7 out of 10, which is, the rating that Dan gave for the energy drink there.
It's good.
It's a decent rating. If they can get 7 out of the 10 questions right, the boss will buy them lunch.
Oh.
Okay? So Zack was randomly chosen today to be our first trivia person, I guess.
Thank you.
And so I have 3 categories for you, Zack, to choose from. We have state capitals, where I
Okay.
will give you a state and you will tell me the capital. We have sports, which is trivia about all types of sports.
Okay.
And then we have U.S. state info, which is probably the
State
hardest
info.
one.
Yeah, we'll
Questions
start
about
with
the states.
The Capitals is probably the easiest one, I would say. So
Yeah, Zach
so we can
is-
start with that one.
Zach's in a Becca book, Christian school kids. So, you have to learn the state capitals before they even teach you to tie your
Oh,
shoes.
I knew these, Tony, in kindergarten.
Yeah.
I didn't go to a Baptist school until 7th grade. So
So you just he just decided.
so that didn't hold.
Yes, he just decided to
I
learn the
decided I was
capitals
gonna do
on his
it.
own. I just wanted to know the capitals and where they go. Okay. So we are going to put 60 seconds on the clock. One of you guys.
So
can
I have
throw
to get
time.
7 out of 10 right?
You get it 7 out of these 10 in 60 seconds.
Excited.
To get free lunch today, wherever you want. Wherever you want.
Okay.
All right. What are you going to get for lunch if you win?
Maddie actually just got my lunch for me. So
So tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Okay.
So
May we go to Saganos?
it goes to
All right. If you win, you get it.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. We got the timer.
yes.
Ready? I'm going to say the capital. Or the state. You say the capital.
'Kay.
Ready? Alabama.
Tuscaloosa. No, it's
You can pass.
Montgomery.
Delaware.
All right. Annapolis.
No.
Landover.
No. You were close on the second one.
Dover.
Dover.
Dover. There we go.
Iowa.
Des Moines.
Maryland.
Annapolis. There we go.
Missouri.
Jefferson City.
New Hampshire.
Concord.
North Carolina.
Raleigh.
Pennsylvania.
He's killing it, ladies and gentlemen. Pennsylvania is Philadelphia.
No. How much time has he got?
Pittsburgh.
25 seconds.
Harrisburg.
Oh, you got plenty of time. Harrisburg.
Harrisburg,
Nice.
there
You
you
already
go.
got 7. Texas.
Austin.
Washington.
Olympia.
Let's just keep going. Alaska.
Juneau.
Arizona.
Phoenix.
Sacramento.
California.
Wow, this guy killed it.
Tried to trick me.
He killed it. He
No, I came in
killed it.
confident and I killed it like I said I would.
That's
So.
amazing. I mean, you had a rough start there. When you
I had a
were-
rough start. I
when
was
you-
like,
when you were trying to guess Alabama, I mean,
say
this guy's
Alabama. I
not getting
couldn't think
7.
of it. Yeah.
That's impressive, Zach.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
impressed.
Very
Good
good
job.
job. Since kindergarten, he's been
job.
rattling
Since
off
kindergarten.
states. He's the youngest man alive. What can we say?
What city was
Can't say
almost
anything.
the capital of Michigan, but lost by 1 vote?
Probably Detroit.
Owasso.
No, Detroit was the capital.
Owasso lost by 1 vote.
Owasso lost by 1 vote to Lansing to be the capital of Michigan.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Frick if I know.
1847.
We got to find out what happened because Owasso went, like that, and
Yeah.
Lansing just
Well,
boomed.
listen, do you know this about Owasso? Owasso has M52 and M21 that cross.
I do know that.
M21 and M52, they cross each other in Owasso, right?
Yeah.
M21 goes all the way from east to west of the entire state. M52 goes all the way from north to south
Yeah.
in the entire state. It was a major crossroads in the state before the expressway system.
Yeah, so I was going
began.
to say, was that before the expressways were when they voted on that?
Yeah, so like
That
the
would make
movie
sense.
Cars, Radiator Springs. Do you guys see the movie Cars? They brought in the
Route
highways
66.
and Route 66 became forgotten. And it
Yeah.
was kind of like the city that was. That's Owasso. If you look
That's
at pictures of
Owasso, yeah.
Owasso in the early 1900s, I mean, we had a tram, like a train that went through the town. We
It was
had
roaring.
a big Owasso hotel, like a 6-story hotel. It was the place to be, but then I-69 came through and, now we're
That's kind of crazy,
we're
huh?
10 miles, 12 miles from the nearest interstate, so people think we're in the boondocks, but
Yeah.
it's
Zach-
still a great little
Zach,
community.
Zach got too many of those. I think next time we have to go, what was almost the capital? And see
Well,
if
let's
that
do
beats
another
us.
one if you want.
Congratulations, Zach. We'll get you some lunch on a
right.
day of your choosing.
Excellent.
And all right,
Gracias.
so the last segment of the show that we're gonna. How many of those capitals do you think you would have got, Dan? By the way,
Counting Michigan.
yeah, we didn't
One.
Counting Michigan.
we didn't say Michigan.
I would
so-
not have done well either. Nope.
I would have got him. I think capitals is another one of my.
I
know
would have had
those.
like 3 or 4 of those.
For some reason, Alabama was tripping me up,
We
man.
found your niche.
Found my
You're the-
niche.
You're the capital guy. So
I've
if you-
always been the capital guy.
So if you're at home today and you're wondering a capital, before you even Google it, just
send me a text.
send Zach a text.
989.
What's the capital of
I'll hook you up.
New Hampshire? All right, New Hampshire. Okay, so now the last segment we're going to do before we finish out our episode here is we are going to do a segment called Two Truths and a Lie.
Yes.
So I have been chosen today since I am the host. We're actually
Who chose you?
I chose myself.
I
gonna-
have been chosen.
We didn't think of a name for this segment, so you guys got any ideas?
Two
Like Two
Truths
Truths
and
and
a
a Lie
Lie.
is kind of already taken, but what if we just call it True That?
Yeah.
What do we
like
call
it.
the lie and two truths?
True That. There you
It's
go.
time for True Dat.
True Dat.
We could call it truther or liar.
You two are going to need to, as we develop this podcast, you guys are going to need to come up with a little jingle for
Jingles.
each segment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We're
that'll
on
be
it.
fun.
Trivia time with Zach.
We
Yes.
got this.
Yeah, you got this.
Okay, so
Let's do this.
I'm going to read all 3 of these to you, okay? And then I'll give you guys some time after to ask questions about the context.
60 seconds afterwards.
Oh, we'll
questions.
just see how it goes.
Infinite.
Infinite.
Just see how it goes, We won't go unlimited time, but we want to make sure you guys have a good guess, okay? If you get it correct, you get no prize, but you just get bragging rights that you knew the most about the boss.
Can we ask you questions right after you ask the question? I think
Sure.
it makes it more intense that
Sure,
way.
if you
Yeah.
like.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's run it.
Number 1, my favorite basketball player growing up was Charles Barkley, and I once had a full-on conversation with him about T-Mobile.
I like how
Where
they're
at?
short. That's nice.
Where at? Where'd you have the conversation about T-Mobile?
This was at the Palace of Auburn Hills in Auburn Hills.
What was the weather
And
like?
Auburn Hills.
I don't know the weather, but it would have been during the basketball season, so I'm assuming it was cold.
Did Charles have hair or no hair?
Charles was bald.
Charles was
What
bald.
year? What year was it?
The round mound of rebound. This would have been probably 2005. 2005, the Pistons were in the playoffs, and Charles was there with the TNT crew covering the NBA Finals.
Oh, so he wasn't playing.
No.
He was already retired at this point.
Yep, he was covering the game with the inside of the NBA crew.
Who else was with him that was covering the game?
Actually, Magic Johnson was there, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson.
Where'd you meet him at? Where'd you meet him at in the Palace? Was it the restroom?
Section
You're
21.
getting bombarded, Tony.
Yes. So actually, they had like booked a suite to do their coverage in, you know, and I don't know if you ever watch like Inside the NBA, but you always see people behind with the like waving like "Hi, Mom," and so I was back there and
Hi, Charles.
and I called my wife. I was one of those guys, and she watched me on TV, and I just yelled to him as he was leaving. I was like, "Hey, Chuck, you're in my 5." Chuck. And I was wearing.
What does "you're in my 5" mean?
So this is where the T-Mobile comes in.
Okay.
All right, T-Mobile. You guys are killing me here. T-Mobile is
I've already known if it was a truth or a lie from the beginning.
Okay. T-Mobile is you think you know.
I do know.
T-Mobile is a phone provider, obviously, and in 2005 you had to pay for minutes.
Oh, wow.
Right, so you couldn't just get an unlimited plan. You had to pay. The plan was like 500 minutes is like $100 a month. Cell phones were expensive. You were doing all right if you had a cell phone.
Sounds like a third world country you were living in.
So T-Mobile came out with this thing that said you could have, they called it My 5, and you could pick 5 people whose phone numbers you had unlimited call and text. So you
wanted Charles in your 5.
And Charles was like the spokesperson for it. So he was always like in his commercials like, "Hey, who's in your 5? You're in my 5."
Like, what's in your wallet?
Yeah. So I yelled as he was leaving the booth. I just yelled. I was like 20 rows down, like, "Hey, Chuck, you're in my 5." And I had a Chauncey Billups jersey on, but I had a Charles Barkley jersey underneath, and I like lifted it up, and then he called me up. I was like, "Hey, come on up here." So I walked up, and we had a conversation about T-Mobile and about being in the 5, and he said he appreciated the love because I was wearing a Suns jersey, and he hadn't seen one in a while.
So you wore 2 jerseys to the game.
2 jerseys to the game.
Sounds legit to me. Okay. I think we can move on to the next one if you want.
Any other questions about the
pretty much good.
legitimacy?
We'll make our decision after we've heard all 3.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have had 4 failed businesses before I started AZ.
What 4 businesses?
We Sell It.
4 businesses.
We Sell It was an eBay store that me and my friend did.
Well, if you name them all, then just go ahead and do your thing.
Okay.
He's got to name them. That's part of the...
We Sell It was an eBay store that me and my friend started where we'd sell products on eBay for people.
What'd you sell?
Just whatever people needed us to sell. We first started selling fake Jordans, which is a whole story all by itself.
I've heard that one.
Fake me.
Fake stallions.
Fake gingers.
And then I started a business called iTex. That
I remember your smart
was
car.
a phone repair business that was a failure. Before that, we started iCracked, which was the same business with a different name. And then we started a business called Smartridges.
What was that?
I think that was 3.
No, there was We Sell It, iCracked, iTex, and Smartridges.
Oh, I thought you said those 2 were the same.
What was that last one? Like what was the
Smartridges was refurbished, recycled, remanufactured ink cartridges that we would sell. And so it was a smart way to print, so we called it Smartridges.
That's really hard to say.
We give it, yeah. People
should have had a better name.
People would ask, "What is Smart Ridges?" So we thought it was a very creative name, but turned out.
And you started a marketing company, huh?
Could be the reason it failed.
That's
yes.
an interesting lie, Tony.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
All right,
Last
next question.
That's number 2. And number 3
enough.
was I once drove all the way to Boston for a Detroit Pistons game, and I got into a fight after the game with some Celtics fans. Had to be escorted out by the police, and I was on the front page of the Detroit News the next day.
Who won the game?
And on the front page of the
Who
Detroit
won the
News.
game? The Pistons won the game, which is partly why I got into a fight, because I was wearing a
So you were just representing your team. You were like, if anyone wants to fight, I'll fight you.
I was wearing a Chauncey Billups jersey. Boston fans lived up to the bill. They were obnoxious and screaming. I had grandmas cussing at me. I had kids throwing gum and candy at us. And we just were quiet. The Pistons ended up winning the game, which is why everyone was so mad at us. And as we were walking out, I was with a couple of friends, and somebody said something about one of my friend's moms, which he did not take kindly to. So he waited for them as we were trying to walk out. They came out and they pushed him. Or he said, hey, why don't you say that to my face? And then he pushed them. They pushed back. So we had to jump in and help. And then security escorted us out so we didn't get killed because we were outnumbered by a sea of green.
So you didn't win the fight then?
Well, I wouldn't say I lost the fight. Just the fight got broke up.
What was the date on that?
Oh, the date? I have no idea. We could look up the Detroit Free Press because I was on the front page the next day.
Who were your friends at the game with you?
Patrick O'Day, who met me there from Connecticut, and Todd Freilich, who is a deacon in our church.
And whose mom was getting
Todd.
their name thrown around? Todd Freilich's mom.
So Todd,
what's her name?
Todd, if you know Todd, which Zack knows, Todd is
Todd.
he's a big dude, and he actually was
If you
wearing
get in a fight, you want Todd with you.
He was wearing a Pistons jersey, and he had his sleeve up. He has like a barbed wire tattoo on his guns. So it's the wrong guy to pick on.
Yeah.
And Todd was getting impatient. I'm like, just let it go, just let it go. And after the game, some kid that was drunk, he's probably like 20 years old, and Todd was like, why don't you come down here and say it to my face? And the kid's like, said it to your mom's face, something like that. So I'm like, Todd, let's just go. So we go out in the tunnel, and then we're walking, and I look back, and I'm like, where's Todd? He's standing there waiting for this kid. The kid comes out, and Todd.
My only flaw that I found, Tony, was how does a 20-year-old get drunk at a ball game?
Well, I didn't card him. I don't know his. I don't know his age. I don't know his age.
All right.
Zach might have caught you there.
Are we ready to take a vote on which one is a lie?
Any other questions?
I think we got it here, man.
Okay. Well, Zach.
Number
I know.
three.
I would say Zach knows me the best, so I want Zach to go last because I feel like his answer
Okay.
will influence your decision.
That's a possibility.
Okay.
That was
So-
the goal.
Yep,
That was the goal.
So Dan, you know me the least.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what you think is the truth and or which one is
A lot
a
of
lie?
great stories there, let's be honest.
Which one is a lie?
3 great stories.
The last one is a lie.
Which one?
The one about you getting in a fight and it being on the cover of the Detroit Free Press.
Okay. All right.
Which part of it to you was a little bit of a stretch?
All of it.
It was pretty similar to the first story, though.
He was way more confident in that story than either of the other two when I was asking questions.
Too rehearsed.
The only thing that I think that okay, so you flinched on the Smartridges story. So it may be like 3 failed businesses
That's what I was thinking.
instead of 4, you know?
Okay.
But I'm going to go with that.
Because then he said
I'm gonna
that
go
the
with
iTex and the iCrack were the same business.
Yeah, and I'm well aware of both of those.
Yes.
So I know that's true.
All right.
That part of it at least.
Yeah.
All right, Zach.
So,
What do you say? You're the OG here.
The last one I've never heard before, and so that's the obvious one. But like Jordan said, the second one was a little bit shaky.
But Tony does.
But I've heard of all of them.
Tony does repeat his story. So
I
if you've
do.
never
He
heard the
tells
last story,
each story about 3,000
yeah.
times.
Right.
So he
That's
doesn't
true.
know, So yeah, I would say the last one.
That's why I wanted Zach to go last.
Freilich was not there with you, first of all.
Okay.
And he didn't get a fight, and he didn't get on the newspaper. So he wanted to be on the newspaper, but he didn't get it. Third one's a lie. I'm going to say that.
All
Lock
right.
it in. Final answer.
Am I ready to reveal?
yes, reveal.
So the only one that got this correct was actually Jordan.
It was the second one?
It was the second one.
Wow.
And Jordan actually was right. So Smartridges is actually a business that still is in operation
didn't
today.
fail.
And
Interesting.
It didn't fail yet. And it's probably loose to say that iTex failed because we just decided to stop doing it. It wasn't like it wasn't making money. Just
Yeah.
my wife got tired of fixing phones.
Yeah.
We
The
sell
loophole was that
we sell it
Smartridges hasn't
definitely
failed.
We sell it definitely failed. Yeah. And iTex and iCrack was the same business, just a different name.
Yeah, not bad, Tony. Hey.
But yeah, we
So the fight.
Smartridges is
We got to
still-
hear more about the fight now.
Yes.
Wait, so are you actually on the cover of the Detroit Free Press?
Yes, we were. The next day.
Todd Freilich was there with you.
Todd
with,
Freilich went with me. So
Cat
Todd,
Taylor's there?
I was laid off, and Todd was for some reason off work, and he was a big Pistons fan. I would have him come over to my house and watch games, and I was like, dude, I got this opportunity. The Pistons were in the playoffs against the Celtics. I'm like, dude, I got this opportunity to go to a Piston. It was the Eastern Conference Final, so the tickets were not cheap, but because we were selling tickets to the games through our eBay store that failed, we had some extra money. I was like, dude, I found tickets for like $200. I'll pay all the gas. I want someone to come with me, but we have to like tomorrow get up and drive to Boston, and the game's like 10 hours away. He's like, yeah, that sounds like a good time. So I had an Antonio McDyess jersey, and I had and I gave it to him, and I wore my Chauncey Billups jersey. And my friend Pat, who had moved to Connecticut, is probably the biggest Pistons fan I know. He met us there with his wife, and literally we get there early. We got called. I was going to add this part to the story, but I thought if I embellish it too much, you guys would read through it. But we actually got asked. We were down by the floor watching the game, and we got asked by their crew, "Would you guys like to be part of the halftime show?" And we're like, oh, sure, why not? We're going to play a game of lightning on the halftime show. So I'm like, oh, that'd be fun. So they said during the second quarter, come down to this tunnel and we'll bring you out there. So we get down to the tunnel and we realize, like, me and Todd both had Pistons jersey on. Everybody else had a Celtics something. And so I'm like, oh, this is a setup. Like, 'cause the Celtics hate the Pistons. Yeah. Like, every time there was a timeout, they were playing, like, old Bad Boys footage, like where Lambeer just pulls Larry Bird to the ground and their announcer's like, a typical disgusting display by these Detroit Pistons. So, like, people just start booing. And then they would, like, pan to the few Pistons fans. Like, they'd pan over to us. And that's when people were throwing, like, literally grandmas are, like,
oh my God,
throwing stuff at us, gum. Like, it was intense, dude. Like, the Boston Garden is no joke. They're loyal fans. So we go down and we get out, and as soon as we get out, they call us out onto the floor. I mean, just rained booze on us. Like, so I, like, took my Billups jersey and I'm, like, holding it up, like, turning at the crowd. And they put us in line.
You were loving it.
I was loving it. This was a moment. And, you know, I'm like 25 years old, you know, so I'm like, you know, in my prime, baby. And they put us, I had to be first in line for this lightning. So lightning is you line up at the free throw line and you get to shoot free throws. And then if you miss, so Todd was behind me, and then there was like 10 Celtics fans. So the little leprechaun mascots out there, I learned very quickly the joke was on us because I shoot the ball and I miss, and immediately the leprechaun starts running at me with silly string, and the fans are going nuts. So I miss. And then someone caught my ball and threw it down to the other end of the court. So I'm chasing the ball, and this little leprechaun's just dousing me with silly string, and the fans are going nuts. And, of course, somebody made it. Me and Todd got out first. That was the plan. They were going to make sure there was no way we won. So the story gets even better.
Yeah.
This is no joke. I couldn't make this stuff up. I go stand off to the side, and right next to me, standing next to me, I look over, and it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady is standing there. And I looked up, and I'm like, holy crap. And of course, he's from Boston at that time. He's at the game. And I was too, you know, chicken to say anything to him. And then we went up to the game.
You were in your prime, though, baby.
I was in my prime, baby. I was trying to think of something, but I didn't really have anything golden. So, and plus, I was covered in silly string. So,
all right, fair enough.
Then we went up to the game. We finished the game out. The Pistons actually pulled off a win, which made everybody extremely mad. Todd was not enjoying the egging. Like, he was getting really mad. And I just kept, dude, it's fine. Just calm down. Don't, like, we're outnumbered here. Look around you. And the kid, literally, he turns around, and this kid's, like, just belligerent, yelling stuff at Todd. And I'm like, dude, let's go. And literally, exactly how I said, we walked out. He stands there and waits. And we get 10, 15 feet. I turn around. Where the heck is Todd? Turn around. He's, like, standing there waiting for this kid. So he walks out with his buddies, and Todd's like, Todd goes, well, you're not so tough now. Why don't you say it again? And the kid says it again, and Todd, like, starts to push this kid, and his buddies come. And Todd's a big dude. He took, like, 3 or 4 guys and, like, pushed them up against the wall. And I'm like, Pat, like, so like, oh, man, we got to go. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, baby. And so we go back, and we're, like, trying to separate it, and I got a kid pushing me, and all of a sudden security comes, and he's like, dude, are you guys nuts? Like, you're going to get killed. Look around you. So they escort us out. And the reason we were on the Detroit Free Press the next day is because there's a picture of us standing in the crowd holding up. I made a big sign, and I had it printed. It said, I came all the way from D-Town, and I had the Detroit logo, to watch the Celtics get beat down. And I used the B in the Boston Red Sox logo. So I had to hold up that sign, and I made it to the front page of the Detroit Free Press because the Pistons won.
Yeah,
so.
not bad. That's a good sign you made there.
And that's one I haven't told you.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that's the more.
I don't think I've ever heard
that.
That
was
story.
the hardest thing thinking of these things last night because I know I've told Zach everything at least 2 or 3 times.
That's still one of the most unbelievable stories I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, I met Tom Brady, got put on the cover of the Detroit Free Press, got into a brawl.
In Boston.
In Boston.
Well, if that would have happened, like, now, you guys would have been a meme all over the internet.
I think I should have lead with that when I meet people.
It would have been
I don't say-
I mean, I was going to
viral.
tell the story that I've been on Ridiculousness. I was going to tell the story that I was in the World Trade Center on September 10th. All these, I've had
You
some
live a
very
fruitful
I'm
life.
like Forrest Gump.
But your 2 true stories, I mean, I'm like, you're crazy.
I shared.
T. Nash is crazy. He wears 2 jerseys to a
Yes.
basketball game like a weirdo.
How are you not sweating, man?
It's hot, you know. No, I was telling my boys. I shared these with my sons. I'm like, "Which? You think these things are going to be believable?" And I had the 9/11, or I'm like, "Oh, they'll know that." And they thought because I love basketball, they're going to guess that those 2 are true. But so I was surprised that even Zach didn't get that one. So
Yeah, I've never
but listen,
heard
I have 2 people at least that can corroborate the story. So
I
if
was
you need
depend-
eyewitnesses,
Well done.
I was depending on you, Zach, and you let me down.
I was depending on myself. So I've heard that you met Brady at that game, but I didn't hear the rest of the stuff.
yeah,
I've never heard the whole
yeah.
Todd Frelick they're getting in a fight with you.
Todd
That's legendary.
Frelick is a deacon in our church and a song leader now, and you wouldn't picture him being that guy. He's got a little bit of a hot temper though. He's a redhead.
Yeah, I just didn't picture him being a sports
Who would
fan,
have
to be
thought?
honest.
Who would
He
have?
loves basketball.
Who would have thought that Smartridges is a success?
Well, I don't know
I
about
wouldn't
success.
say success. I would just say there's still an LLC out there, and we still sell cartridges to a few people.
Is that why we've got a stack of cartridges in the?
That is
office?
exactly why.
Oh,
We have
okay.
like 3
Nice.
clients that have a monthly recurring. We send them cartridges and we bill them, and yeah, we'll tell you more about that on another day. But
That's interesting.
yeah, if you need remanufactured cartridges for your ink or toner, call Smartridges. We'll be sure and take care of you. It's not Smart Ridges, it's Smartridges.
Beautiful.
Love it.
All right. Well, the last thing we're going to do here, the name of our podcast is No Easy Way Out. So each week we're going to let somebody give us an example of how they did not take the easy way out. And so I believe that Dan is our lucky contestant of today. Dan, tell us
I was
about
going to say, I got nothing. I always take the easy way out. So
always takes the easy way
glad
out.
it's not me.
I will tell you, most of the reason I even started the podcast was to be a shining example to my buddy Zack to not take the easy way out. And for 2 years we've been doing this thing, and
that it's been, Tony.
he's getting there. He's getting there. Okay, so Dan, what is an example of when you did not take the easy way out?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the episode, we took a look at that Agnew video, and as you saw, there's several awesome drone shots from our
Yeah.
drone pilot over here, licensed drone pilot.
Sovis the
Jordan
Stallion.
Sovis. Yeah.
Sovis the Stallion.
And so when we were getting the shot with all the trucks in a line at the end, and then eventually the drive-off shot, Jordan was getting increasingly frustrated because there's this, in the middle of the parking lot, there's this really old, ugly pontoon where like the whole side of it is just. So we're like,
It
oh,
was
There to
bad.
get wrapped.
It was
yeah, it was
bad.
there to get wrapped. In the final product, go to Agnew's page. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
But so Jordan's like, oh my gosh, like we're trying to not get this thing in the shot. Mark didn't want it in the shot.
And Zach's standing over there, mind you, going, well, what are we going to do?
Yeah, and so after
Just
about
shoot around it.
and so after about 20 minutes of it being there, Mark and I,
Jordan was getting frustrated.
he was getting frustrated.
I was, yeah.
After about 20 minutes of Jordan trying to like shoot around it and going, guys, I don't think this is gonna work. Mark and I manhandled it and moved the pontoon.
Yeah, Mark said he didn't have a truck to move it.
Yeah. And so even then when we moved it down, I was like, well, Mark, how like this is just in the middle of your parking lot. He's like, oh, when the truck gets back, we'll move it back up. But the problem is the scene at the end where all the wrapped vehicles drive off.
Yeah, it's
that
right in the
pontoon
way.
is right in the middle. So it worked for the first shot, not the second shot. And so Tony was like, we got to get this thing out of here. And so this time Mark was inside. So then Tony and I, this was the harder part. It doesn't seem like there's much of a slope there, but there is a
Yeah,
hill.
it's uphill
And so we
both ways.
had to move this thing back uphill to get it parked back where it was originally to get that final shot.
Zach, roll that beautiful bean footage. The footage of us. This is us pushing the pontoon back. And
Looking yoked.
Zach yells, looking yoked. Made a good Instagram story.
Call it how it is.
And that was pretty heavy, but Dan and I made it look like it was nothing.
Yeah, and then Tony walked away to flex. All the while, we still hadn't chalked the wheels. So I'm sitting there
That's
holding
the
it.
easy way out right there.
There was a strong possibility it could have rolled back on top of Dan, but I wanted to take the opportunity to flex.
So
Because he knew the camera was rolling somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to
Good
give
stuff.
the people what they want, and that's really what
good.
this podcast is all about: is giving you people what you've been longing for.
You
This
people?
opportunity.
what do you mean, you people?
Our valued listeners. We wanted to give you what you want. So, guys, any parting words for our guests? Are we still sipping on the?
We're still sipping on gin and
sipping on
juice.
the Rise Energy.
My
Mountain
parting
Dew
words
Rise.
are: do not get this.
Okay. How much you got there, Zach? You quarter of the way done?
I got about a halfway.
Mine's almost gone.
Nice. You enjoying it?
It's delish. I am still. my score might have gone up since.
Well, your
the beginning.
flavor is probably the closest to
Tropical. It's got pineapple though.
regular Mountain Dew, though, right? I mean, that's got like the orange and
Maybe. Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
very nice.
Well, where are you at over there on that thing? You about done?
I'm about 2/3 of the way through.
All right.
I would recommend it. This is one of those beverages that me and my wife get a disagreement over because I say, babe, it's healthy. There's only 25 calories. There's only 4 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
And then she always puts on her glasses and goes and reads off all the things that are in the small margins at the bottom.
It's got
Then
zinc.
she says, but what about water, Dan?
And tell her that zinc helps support immune function.
I will.
And it says it right on the can, so it's got to be true.
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm sure Mountain Dew Corporation, Pepsi Corporation, is ultra concerned about the health of its of its consumers.
They would have
so
to be,
I
yeah.
wouldn't be worried about that.
I think hydrochloride is probably a good thing,
You
right?
can trust them, yeah. Yellow 5, that should be all right. But
Gum Arabic is something that's in there.
There's some things I can't
racist.
pronounce, and if you can't pronounce it, it can't be good for you, right?
I mean, maybe.
I'm just
You know,
curious as to what
possibly.
gum Arabic is.
There's a lot of fruits and vegetables that I can produce, and they're good for me, but I don't need them.
Yep.
Pronounce, I meant.
I think
produce.
gum Arabic is Middle Eastern trident.
Oh, okay. It's got
Guys,
spearmint from
It's 5%
Iraq.
juice. It's like pretty much all natural.
Yes, yes. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you for doing this today. I think we had some fun. Did you guys have fun? It's just fun. Let's let our hair down a little bit after dark, after hours. Let just talk about giving our audience a little bit of chance to get to know us. So thank you for joining us today. As my mother always said, you can't and never could until you tried. So go out there and try something great, my friends, and don't take the easy way out.
We'll see you next time.
Beautiful.
Great success.